Has it started? Has it started? Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2023 Stay-Lit session by the National Youth Development Agency. My name is Margaret Molefe, and I will be facilitating this session. To the class of 2022, where to from here? The session will be jam-packed with information, both from the Department of Basic Education as well as higher education, on the different services and offerings by the respective departments on how you can get assistance. Without wasting further time, I do encourage you to join the session, to ask questions in the chat box as well, any questions and queries to our respective departments, so that you can get more information. Without wasting further time, we're going to be starting with the first presentation by Dr. Malapile, who is from the Department of Basic Education, and he will be taking us through the Second Chance program. Over to you, sir. Dr. Malapile.
Good morning to the viewers and young people out there. I'm going to speak in 5 minutes because I don't want to waste your time. But we want to congratulate learners who have achieved. Yeah. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
No, I was saying that we want to congratulate learners who achieved Matric passes, but at the same time, we know that not all learners were able to achieve their dreams. Matric is not necessarily a one qualification. They are basically three qualifications, as in bachelor, a diploma, and a senior certificate. So we want to encourage to encourage learners who did not make it or did not achieve it or who did not perform at all, that they are even embarrassed to tell us the results. To tell you that there is a program that the department has initiated and is available for learners who want to rewrite Matric because they want to improve their Matric results, or two, learners who did not make it at all. So we are giving them an opportunity. How do you register? You register if you wrote Matric exam in 2022, you received your results recently in January 2023, you register at your school and you will write at your school. What do you need to register? You need Matric certificate or a Matric statement of results and your ID. Two documents, ID document, statements of results, or Matric certificate. Now, if you wrote Matric in 2021, going backward, you must register at the district office. How do you find the district office? You ask any teacher in any school, they will tell you where to find the district office. Now, once you register, the department provides support to learners who are registered in 4 platforms. Number one, we provide you with the broadcasting. We are in partnership with Mindset Channel on DSTV. We work with SAP 1, Geleza Nati, but we are also working with OpenView. The channel that is 201 is available, and we've got the DBE education as well on that channel. And of course, we've got radio and local radio. It is taking place at local level. So number one is broadcasting both TV and radio. That's number one. Number two, we support through digital. So if you go to our website, there are sufficient study guides material not all subjects, but for the main major subjects, what we call gateway subjects. We've got the study guides, we've got the old question papers, we also have got the memorandums, which is the answer sheet to the question papers. That's number 2 in which we support you. Number 3, we support you by giving you hard copy material. Remember, the profile of our learner are young people who may be hustling, who may not be able to have enough time to study. They want to study on their own. So we provide you with the hard copy material of the study guide, all question papers as well. But on this, as I said, on the digital, we've got both the video, we've got the hard copy material, we've got the video as well as the audio, so that we can cater all different types of learners. That's number one. Number one, I said, is broadcasting. Number 2 is digital. Number 3, we provide you hard copies. Number 4, which is important, is that we have face-to-face classes that are taking place in selected places throughout the country. So those centers we have classes after hours and over weekends. We are using qualified teachers who are teaching as I said, over after hours and over weekends. That's where you can attend the classes. But you do not have to attend the classes if you are, for whatever reason. Of course, we acknowledge that they are not in every town, they are not in every village, but they are available. Number one, what I will encourage as I close is that it's very important that our learners must know that they must register to rewrite exam. If you have not registered to rewrite exam, it's going to be difficult. When is the exam? There is going to be exam in May, June 2023. You'll then get your results in August 2023. Now, for those who want to rewrite again, they can be in a position to re-register again in August when they get their results. But we can talk about that later. So basically, that is what we're saying. But if you have a question about the Second Chance Matric program, you can call our number. It's a Second Chance Matric number. Let me get that number quickly on our website. The number on our website, which is it's a WhatsApp number, please, no call, 063 696 7246. That's a WhatsApp number for those who have questions. And then more information, of course, is available on our Second Chance Matric website, where you can find where classes are taking place in your area. So where classes are taking place is divided according to province. So we'll say Gauteng, then we'll show you the number of places where you can attend classes. Let me stop here, Chair. Thank you very much. I'm ready to take questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. I think the key takeaway is that young people need to remember to register to rewrite their exams. We have one question in the chat box from Sabelo Mashego. He's asking, where do we get hard copy materials? Dr. Malapile? I think we have a connection problem because I don't see him on the platform. So we'll come back to this question, Sabelo. We have noted it. Thank you very much for that presentation from the Department of Basic Education, emphasizing the importance to re-register if you'd like to rewrite your final exams, and also to contact the WhatsApp number, which is 063 696 7246. I see your back, Dr. Malapile.
Yeah,
There's one question where
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the question is about the closing date, right?
No, it's where do we get hard copy materials? One of the support factors.
Yeah, you get hard copy material mainly if you are able to download the material from our website. You can get the material from there. The closing date is the closing date for registration for those who are going to write in May, June 2023 is 8th August. is the 8th of August. But let me quickly add that for accessing our program, particularly online, we have a number of partnerships. We have got a partnership with Vodacom. There are 131 centers where you can access our website. And I'm talking about people who don't have access to the internet and data. Number two, we've got partnership with UNISA. We've got partnership with public libraries, more than 800 of them, where you'll be able to go and access our programs. So we're trying to create, and of course, we've got a partnership with universities and NGO, but I want to talk about the ones that are on our website. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Very valuable information there to empower our youth on the Second Chance program. Moving right along to our next presenter. It is Mr. Mahupela from the Department of Higher Education and Training, who will be giving us a presentation on what is called the Central Application Clearinghouse System. Over to you, sir.
Thank you and good morning to the viewers and listeners and colleagues. In terms of the Central Application Clearinghouse, I think it would work best through you, Chair, if I share this presentation with you. I just want to confirm if the presentation is visible on your side. Wow. This I'm not. Is the presentation visible on your side?
Not yet.
Not yet. Try this. Is it visible now?
No, still nothing showing.
It's still processing from my side. However, I can talk to it in the interest of time. You would appreciate number one where we want to start in terms of the PSET sector, the post-schools education and training. That will consist of the university sector, the TVET sector, the CET sector, and the SETA sector. So what CATCH does, CATCH looks at learners who could not get placement when they applied in 2022. The main reason being to avoid this. Is my slide presentation? It looks like it's coming through now. Is it visible on our side?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, right. The key objective, in short, is number one, to provide a free service. CATCH does not charge any fee for the learner to use its services. We're looking at learners who are not successful in getting a place of study. And the other component of CATCH is not really an application service. You would appreciate that by this time in January, most institutions are done with applications. So CATCH look at those institutions that still have spaces, and it would say, let me bring everybody onto a database so that learners don't have to run around when they are looking for spaces. So learners would sign up onto CATCH. I will give the sign up approach or details, and once they're on the database, institutions that still have spaces will log in and search for learners that meet the requirements for the courses that still have spaces. So secondly, the CATCH provide their referral service. By referral service, I mean if a learner needs, for an example, career advice, or you look at a learner not having done mathematics and science, which are the minimum requirements for the engineering studies, for the medicine fields, and we would say this learner seems to not understand how the careers and subjects are related, and then we would refer that learner to the career development unit within the department. And one of the objectives is we want to minimize the walk-ins. You would remember the inconveniences that the walk-ins would cause for for our learners. I'm getting a feedback somewhere. Uh, as I indicated, institution will receive the user login. They log on to Catch, and once they log on to Catch, they will search for learners that meet the requirements for the spaces that are still available. So you notice that you'll note that by that time, the bulk of the programs have been filled. So those remaining spaces, that's what Catch uh, serves to fill. In terms of the service itself, we planning to begin on the 27th to the 31st of March 2023, 27 January to 31st March 2023. The question one would ask is, why do we start on the 27th while the results were released on the 20th? Between the 20th and the 26th, what the CARES team does is we take your matric results or NSC results, we load them onto the Catch database so that when institutions search, they would be able to match you to the authenticated results. So on Catch, you don't have to enter your results. The results are automatically captured onto the Catch database. One other thing that we do so that we get a sense of how the service went, and understand the expectations of the applicant. From the 1st of April to the 30th of April, we ran a survey. We've got a call center that we are running, mandated by the call center agents. They will contact you and and ask you a few questions. And at the end of that survey session, then the project team will be able to get an understanding of how the public has received it. Now, the youth of today consume a lot of social media. We have a Facebook account whereby you can ask any questions, make any inquiries, or if you're not satisfied with any service, indicate it over there on the Facebook and the Twitter account. Our Facebook account, for noting, will be Catch _SA. And in terms of the Twitter, that will be Catch _ZA. That these two items, I think, are key for learners to, or for applicants to note, and noting that that is the preferred mode of communication for the youth of today. Now, having spoken of Catch, which the majority of people may have known about over the years, the CARES has started what we would refer to as the CARES application process or pilot. We have identified, we are running Catch 2023 in collaboration with the CARES pilot. How the pilot is structured? From 2022, some institutions like Sefako Makato, TUT, University of Limpopo, University of Western Cape, VUT, and VETS began to participate on the pilot. And we have 16 pilot TVET colleges, and we've got 48 pilot schools. So we are adding that. In future, as we move along, all these institutions will be on the pilot. So this model therefore means that when we sign up, if our school is on the pilot, then and we have applied on the pilot, our information is automatically transferred to Catch. If we're not on the pilot and we have not applied to the pilot institutions, our information, we have to sign up onto Catch. manual. Now, in terms of how we sign up onto Catch, or how we access that Catch, for some strange reason, I have hidden that slide. Okay, this is the slide that I wanted to talk to. If you, everybody for now, if you want to your information to be on Catch, for institutions to consider you for spaces that are still available, you need to go to catch.cas.ac.za. And once you have signed up, entered your details, the program you are interested in, you get an SMS that confirms that you have signed up. And then you wait for institution to log in and search the database, instead of you having to run around all the universities saying, I'm looking for a space. Once you are on Catch, you are accessible to all universities and all the colleges, and also, if based on a particular criteria, if we note that, or we have indicated that you need career advice, then we direct you to career advice. One thing that needs to be noted, we're working in collaboration with the career development services. We're working with the organizations that are providing learnership. We're working with NSFAS. We're working with international scholarship. So this Catch has become the central point, or what one would call a one-stop shop. So when you are on Catch, you stand an advantage of being accessed by, for example, an organization that says, I've got a learnership, I'm looking for a place for this set of learners. And then based on what you indicated you are interested in, we would take your information, provide it to the organization, and you'll find that the organization contact you, and you find yourself on a learnership. So when you are on a Catch, as opposed to when you're not on Catch, when you're on Catch, you stand a better chance to opportunities that are available in the PSET sector. One other issue over the years is, you would appreciate that the PSET sector has got public and private institutions. So on the Catch system, you would indicate if you want private institutions to contact you. If you want them to contact you, you say, yes, I want them to contact you. If you don't want them to contact you, you say no, noting that the private institutions are not funded through the NSFAS. So that's in a nutshell what Catch is about. So it's a free a service that the department offers. You don't pay anything. Your information is sitting on the database. The Catch unit in the department does not have spaces. It does not even make decision. What it does is to put you in a position whereby you are accessible by opportunity providers. So we don't guarantee that you will get a place of study, because we don't have those spaces. We don't make decisions in terms of the spaces that are available, or in terms of the offers. Offers are made by institutions. That is by law, that we cannot interfere with institutions. We can only support and work in collaboration with institutions. So I will end there. Through you, Chair, if there are comments or questions, then I think we can take them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much for that presentation, Mr. Makopela. I think it is very critical of us to know this kind of information, that you can go into one system, which is a one-stop shop, that you can apply for everything there. And also you have the option of applying to private or public institutions, instead of having to physically go to each of the universities. I think this is very important information. And just to reiterate to those who are watching on Facebook, that if you want more information on the Catch system, please follow them on Facebook. It is Catch_SA, and on Twitter it is Catch_ZA. We don't have any questions related to cash at the moment, but we'll come back during the discussions. Thank you very much. Moving right along on the program, we are going to be having a presentation by Ms. Isak, who will be taking us through private institutions. Thank you very much. You may begin, Ms. Isak.
Okay. Good morning, colleagues, and thank you, Wajis, as just to thank you very much for the good work you guys are doing. I think it's very important and it's needed, especially in the area of applications at higher ed institutions and then the matric rewrite. The matric rewrite is a huge, big area that I'm not sure whether it's well regulated or regulated at all and how we need to deal with it. So I am coming from the angle of private colleges. Very quickly, my name is Shahida Isak. I am the director. I handle the registration of private higher education institutions. And we have public awareness campaigns on bogus colleges, which we focus on throughout the year. And I'm going to go into it very quickly. So, and I want to start at the beginning. We have the constitution that provides for the registration of private providers of education and training. Now, alongside that, the Department of Higher Education and Training provides for two kinds of registration. One is registration as a private higher institution, where the providers have to ensure that their programs are accredited with the Council on Higher Education. The qualification is registered on the NQF, and when we register them, we place them on the register of private higher institutions. So if a student wants to know if Boston City campus is registered to offer a degree, they go onto the DHED website, onto the register of private higher institutions, and the list of programs per institution is provided. The same applies to private colleges, except that private colleges are accredited with UMalusi for the N1 to N3 and the NATED programs. And in addition, private colleges have an examination center number. And that register of private colleges is also accessible or can be found on the register of private colleges on the DHED website. Now, alongside that, we have the private skills providers that have accreditation with the CETAs and or the Quality Council for Trades and Occupations. So if students want to verify if a private provider is accredited with a CETA or the QCTO, they would have to contact them directly. Right. So anything now, any program that falls outside of that verification, then we need to scrutinize. We don't register or credit short courses. That we don't do. But even then, it's useful for students to verify with the department. I'm trying to sort out my view here. So I'm central, right? So it's important for students to verify with the department, and we can guide them on the way forward and the QCTO and the CETA. Now, there are all kinds of shenanigans, for want of a better word, out there in the sector. So you will find that a private college will register to offer a NATED program or N1 to N3. And alongside that, they will offer a range of short courses or short programs, making all kinds of claims and allegations on employment, etc., etc. So it is useful for students, again, to speak to other students enrolled at the institution, current and past students, and it is useful for students to go onto the Hello Peter website as well, because that gives quite a lot of information on the credibility of a private college. So that is basically what I wanted to say, and I want to stop there. But just very quickly also, the department does provide for, there's KETA in the DHED that provides career advice, career support. And I'm not sure why someone from KETA was not invited, or they may have been invited, I'm not sure. Okay, thank you, Margaret and Narata.
Thank you, Ms. Isak, for that presentation. I hope the young people have heard that all private institutions need to be accredited by the Department of Higher Education and Training, and you can check if they're accredited on the DHED website. Keta was invited to the session, but unfortunately we are unable to get a hold of the representative. There's no questions right now regarding private institutions in our chat box. I do encourage the young people to ask any questions or queries related to private institutions like KETA system, cash system, as well as the second chance program. Moving right along on the program, we're going to be having Dr. Moyo, who's going to be giving us a presentation on international scholarships under the Department of Higher Education and Training. Thank you, Dr. Moyo. Over to you.
Good morning, colleagues and all the participants. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present to you. I'm representing the unit in the Director General's office that is responsible for international scholarships, opportunities and mobility opportunities for students in the PSET sector. So that is the university sector and the TVET sector. I hope you can see my presentation. Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, I'm able to see it.
Okay, great. So just a bit of background on the context of why we have international scholarships and why are they important and where do they fit within the policy mandate. So basically we take our direction from the National Development Plan, the 2013 PSET white paper. That is the white paper that articulates the main objectives of the department with regard to its programs, and also the National Plan for Post-School, and also the National Skills Development Plan. In a nutshell, these all look at widening access in the PSET sector for all South Africans, continuous education. So it's not limited to age, but this is continuous post-school access and skilling in the post-school sector. The priorities for our program is most of our programs focus on undergraduate studies, your diplomas and degrees, but also the postgraduate space, which is masters and PhD. Our main objective is to increase higher education access and participation, particularly those groups which are currently underrepresented or under participating in higher education. At the moment, the age group between 18 to 24, if you look at Africans, there's only 13% participation in higher education. And the question is, where are the balance of the youth within that age group when you look at Africans? So our role is to increase access and opportunities. We focus on scarce skill areas. So most of our scholarship opportunities look at scarce skills in the country. We do have good universities in the country, top universities. However, as a country, there are gaps whereby the sector is not able to meet those gaps. That's where international scholarships come in, and that's where we focus. We also focus on skilling academics and also future academics. And we look at scholarships. We just don't send students anywhere. We send students to top countries, top universities who are leaders in their areas. Okay? The general requirements for our scholarships is mainly you need at least a minimum of 50%, and some of the universities require around 70% minimum average. The meeting, if you're able to enroll at any South African university, you should be able to qualify for any of our scholarships. So meaning that if you're eligible to enroll at any South African institution, you should be able to apply for one of our international scholarships. Some of the things which we look at when we nominate our students is their leadership, community service, and also work experience for some of the scholarships. But we do understand that most of our target groups is mainly those who have just left Matric. So basically the minimum requirement is a minimum of 60%. You also need to provide a strong motivation of why you want to study. You must be patriotic. You must demonstrate that you want to give back to the country upon graduation, and also stick to the application deadlines. Okay. Now, the exciting parts, what are the type of scholarships that we have? Currently, we have the Chinese government scholarship, which is currently open. Unfortunately, it closes today. So you can still apply if you can be able to. Application is just 1 hour. This is open to fields all across all fields, engineering, the arts. I don't have enough time now to get into the areas, data sciences. Most areas are provided for in the Chinese government scholarship, but it closes today. However, we also have the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme. We have, under the Chinese government scholarships, we've got 30 fully funded scholarships. Fully funded meaning we pay for flights, we pay for tuition, we pay for your allowance when you're there. Basically, the only thing that you need to do is to apply and have a minimum of 60%. Okay, the Mauritius government or the Mauritius Africa scholarship, we have 50 full scholarships available. It closes on the 15th of April, so there's still time. It's undergraduate diplomas, bachelor degrees, masters, and PhD. Okay, the fields of areas, once again, we can't cover all the areas right now, but it's computer science, engineering, psychology, jewelry, environmental sciences, climate change, tourism, just to name a few. This list is not exhaustive. Okay. What do we cover? We cover your university application fee, tuition fees, accommodation, once off, settlement allowance, meaning when you arrive, we give you upfront money so that you can be able to buy extra blankets, a kettle, SIM cards, stuff like that. Monthly stipends, also provide monthly stipends for your upkeep. Medical insurance, we also offer flights for you to fly there, mid-term flights, and also a return flight. Okay, we cover all your costs. The reason why the department covers all the costs is because we are targeting exactly those people that would not be able to even get into the South African higher education sector with their own money. So basically, the only thing you need to get is a minimum of 60% and apply. The other open scholarship is the Turkey scholarships. It closes on the 20th of February. Full scholarships as well, undergraduate, master's, PhD. I'm repeating undergraduate there. And other types of scholarships which are currently open apart from the Mauritius, China, and Turkey. It's the Brunei scholarships, closes 15th February. Fulbright, this is American scholarship, closes the 1st of May. We also have the exciting one, SADC scholarships. March, the beauty about SADC scholarships is that you can study in any Southern African country, including South African universities. Other scholarships which you must look out later in the year, our biggest one is the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. This closed in 2 weeks ago. 100 scholarships fully funded. This is our most popular scholarships. However, it does open in November this year. So please do look out later in the year because the current call has closed already. We also have the Chinese government scholarship, which I said is closing today, but it reopens in November. We've got the Russian government scholarship. Please visit our website. I'll provide it when the opening date is. Swiss excellent government scholarships also opening soon. Swedish also opening soon. Other scholarships, we've got almost more than 40 scholarships, such as the Italian grants, Ireland, the Qatar Asthma Fellowship, the France South African scholarship, the Commonwealth, UK Chevening, Japan, another Japan there for global leaders, and many other countries which we cannot articulate them now. But what we do encourage, and lastly, the other exciting scholarships which we have is the mobility program. So this is whereby you study at a local university, but you're able to do a portion of that overseas, okay? And this is open to higher education and TVETs. Please visit our website. for more detail on these opportunities. The other one is virtual exchanges, whereby the youth can be able to access any European country to study virtually, online training. Also visit our website for more details on this. Our website is www.internationalscholarships.dhet.gov.za. We are available on most of the social network handles. So we do encourage you to visit our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. But most importantly, please visit and subscribe to that website, because this is where we publish all those scholarship opportunities which I've listed, which is more than 40. I've not listed all of them in this presentation. But as a reminder, please look out for the Chinese scholarship closing today, the Mauritian government scholarship, which is open till April. Very exciting opportunities. All scholarships are free, fully funded. The only thing that you need to do is to apply and have a minimum of 60%. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Moyo, for that presentation. Very exciting opportunities. Um, we had one question from Mabusa Till asking that can we share the link or the website to apply for scholarships?
I'll put it in the chat again.
Okay, I see it. It's www.internationalscholarships.dhet.gov.za. Thank you for that presentation. As you have reiterated that one needs to have an average of above 60%, so that they can qualify for these opportunities, and to also subscribe to your channel so that they can see the different opportunities as they come. Thank you very much for that. The next presentation will be by Kamorelo Mashiane. She will be presenting on the KETA system from the Department of Higher Education and Training.
All right. Uh, Good afternoon, colleagues. I hope I'm audible and you are able to see me. Okay, great. All right. So I'll stop camera so that I can share the presentation. Are you able to see my screen, colleagues?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. While that is loading, my name is Kamogelo Mashilwane. I'm from KETA, Career Development Services. And what we do as the Career Development Services is we are mandated to provide career guidance, information, and counseling. That's what we do. All right. So we are an all age service, right? So from learners who are starting to choose their subjects in grade 9 and they need that support, KETA is available to provide that support. We do that via mainly assessment. We do a free interest assessment on the grade 9 learner, and then we link that to the subjects that they'd want to take and how that communicates with the career that they'd want to do in the future. All right. You'll just let me know if the screen has loaded or there are still challenges. Otherwise, I can just talk to the
Okay, I'll let you know as
presentation.
soon as it shows. Yes,
Okay.
please
All
talk to
right.
it, and then I'll let you know.
All right. So that's where we start with the learner all the way to grade 11 when learners start now to uh, think seriously about applications and using their grade 11 results. So for a grade 11 learner, we'd say this is what your report would need to look like for those institutions that would require a grade 11 final report. And then we provide support to grade 12 learners when they are busy with their applications now. So which institution is the correct institution for you? Is the institution registered, as Dr. Isaac has already alluded? So all of that support we provide to learners. TVET students, for example, if an institution is enrolling students and they require support transitioning support or transition support. We provide that. We provide support to education and training entities, particularly in the space of career development. We are passionate about the needs youth, so those not in employment, education, or training, we provide some knowledge, skills, courses, and so forth to assist them increase their employability. We want to talk to career changers as well. So if you feel you are underemployed or you feel there needs to be a change in your career, we come in and we provide that guidance and information. And the various NGOs also benefit from the CUTA program. For example, if there's an NGO that requires training on how to provide quality career development support and career development information, we come in, we train those people, and then they become intermediaries for us, and then they are able to impact their communities directly. Right. So there's a specific vision that CETA as to quality and differentiated career information and career services throughout their lives. So as I've said before, starting when you are thinking about careers, even before grade 9, if you want to talk opportunities and options, then a majority of our citizens will have better and more, will make better and more informed career choices. And this will deliver high levels of employment, and it will help increase sustainable economic growth. Okay. And then we exist also because there's a high number of our learners that don't receive career information, even if possible, receive good or quality career information rather. We've identified that there continues to be a mismatch between the demand and supply. So which skills does the country or economy demand versus what our learners are entering the labor market with. So we want to bridge that gap. How we do so, we make use of primarily the every second year, and we think that you would benefit if you match with these skills in high demand. And then there's a high dropout rate in the PSET system. So where we come in here primarily for students who believe they've selected the wrong course for them, or they selected the course without prior knowledge. So if we can bridge the gap before students make that choice at registration, we would be successful. And then how we make use, how you can benefit from this service. We run a multi-channel helpline service. Me on 072-204-5056. That's 072-204-5056 as well. That's where you get access to our advisors, and then you are able to ask them whatever career-related query you have, and then be able to, with a career advisor as well, you are able to use that service. And then there's a communications and outreach team. This team is mainly responsible for visiting, for going out to communities and sharing information via exposed school visits, trainings, and so forth. We have a policy coordination team. That team makes sure that the policy related to career development we implement, we make strong partnerships to help us implement the policy to ensure that there is access to career development education and training system. And then there's an important service, our information service. They are responsible to make sure that every information that we publish on our website found and come together to support this multi-channel service. All right. And then that brings me to the end of my part. So that is what Keta does. So our email would be careerhelp@dhet.gov.za. That would be the email to send your query to. Our website where you can chat to us would be careerhelp.org.za. We're available on Facebook. If you search for Career Help on Facebook or Twitter, RSA Career Help on Twitter, you'll be able to find us on that platform as well. That brings me to the end. I'm going to cancel sharing.
Thank you very much
If there are any
for that
questions,
presentation, Kamorelo. Thank you very much for that presentation, Kamorelo. I think what you have emphasized is providing support to learners, mainly in grade 11 and 12, on career choices, which is very important because at the end of the day, we need to respond to the critical skills list so that we can ensure that we have adequate skills that can grow our economy. There is no questions at this point, but we have come to the end of our presentations. So I will start reading out the questions that we got from the chat box, and I will ask the presenters to then respond. The first one was from Leborang Mushue, who asked, how many chances of writing does one get? And also, a friend of mine changed subject last year and wrote, but he's been declared absent from the exam. Where can he query this matter? He already went to the circuit department. He wrote to them, but they did not do much to resolve the matter. This question is for the Department of Basic Education.
Yeah. May I respond?
Yes, please go ahead.
You may write as many times as you want. How many times may I write? I write. The answer is that you may write as many times as you can. Let me talk about what we call NSC. NSC is National Senior Certificate Cohort. People who wrote exam after 2008 to date. Those learners can register, as I said, at the district office if you wrote 21 Matric in 2021 going backward, or if you wrote Matric in 2022, you can register at your school. That group can write at any time of the year. In other words, they can write now in May, June. They get the results in August. If they are not happy, they can register and write again in October, November. Now, let me answer the second question that is saying a friend of mine registered and write. That is exactly what I was telling you earlier, that it is very important for people to ensure that they are registered. Because what usually happens is that people arrive at the exam center. And when they arrive at the exam center, the exam officials, the invigilators, don't have the right to stop them from writing, because in terms of access to education. So they let them write, but only to find that the person is not registered. But what I will do is that I will share, I can share the number with that particular learner. Let the lender send the number to the 063 number, 696 696, the second chance number that I spoke about it, that the person can send as a query. Alternatively, the young person can as well send me an email so that I can see how to inquire that. But generally, that is what I'm sharing both the number I'm sharing, the 063 number, as well as my email address, that the person can send me an email so we can see how to help her. She can send a WhatsApp, and she can send whatever she sends so that we can assist. Okay? I hope I answered the two questions.
Yes, you have. Thank you very much for that information. We will share the contact details on the chat box. The next question is for Department of Higher Education. It says, can you sign up on cash throughout the year, or do they have a closing date?
Uh, thanks for the question. There's a case which deals with applications, which is currently a pilot. And there is a catch. Catch will be a central application clearinghouse. That is to say, it clears all the outstanding issues regarding applications. So, in terms of the case, only learners who are on the pilot schools can apply at the moment. So we are in an incremental process of implementing the case or the case pilot. Now, for the case pilot, the application process starts in the 1st of March and end on the 31st of September. And for the clearing service, that will start in January, because in January, for this year is going to be the 27th of January. In January, we've got the results that are readily available and confirmed and verified about Umalus. So that is the time whereby the actual and final decisions are made. So the cash service runs from January to the end of March. And therefore, from the 1st of March, the application for the pilot starts. So we are in that a mode of operation. It's quite not easy to speak of CAGE without speaking of the CARES pilot. So as we are providing this service, we are continuously building it. So for CAGE, let me repeat myself, it runs from January up to March because it's the clearing exercise. And for the pilot is March to end of September. Thanks. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you very much for that information, Mr. Makopela. Very important information. Catch, the dates are January to March. For the CAS pilot, it is March to September. If you want more information about that, please check the Department of Higher Education and Training website. The next question is from Pumlani Mahlangu. She says, does the department update their private institution list on the DHED website regularly? In terms of programs offered in different institutions, how can we verify that certain programs are not on offer at a specific institution? Because institutions are available on the department website, but they offer programs which are not known by the department or suppose they are offering. Ms. Isak? Ms. Isak?
May I come in? I don't
Oh,
know whether
yes,
she's in.
please.
Yeah, so if there's a specific program, if there is a specific program that you want to inquire on, I think it's best to send an email. I'm sure on the website there's an email or contacts where students can or the public can request for clarification issues such as the programs. Then the department will check for you and respond.
Okay, thank you very much for that information. So it is very important for one to check the website regularly, and if you have queries, to query directly with the directorate. The next question is we received it via email from Tsofatso Mokhosi saying that I completed my matric in 2012. What can I do to write the subjects I failed and better my marks on the subjects I passed? This is a question for the Department of Basic Education.
Yeah, there is no date to rewrite matric. That particular learner can register and rewrite, irrespective of when did she write. She write the last time. Yes, she can re-register the subjects that she wrote in 2012 to write now. What I just want to be clear is that some people think that because I wrote my matric in 2012, the syllabus will be 2012, and that is not going to happen. We give you the current syllabus. So we encourage her to go to the district office with her ID as well as a matric certificate or a statement of results to register to rewrite. And then she will write in May, June 2023, and she will get the results, as I said earlier, in August 2023. Thank you.
Another question to you, Dr. Malapile from Sabelo Mashego. He's asking, where do we write? Must we write in the school where we previously wrote our NSC, or do we choose where to write?
Siabelo's question is incomplete because it must indicate the date. If, for example, Siabelo wrote exam in 2022, Siabelo must register at his school and will register at his school, or the school will give him a direction where to write. That is the first point. But if Siabelo wrote exam in 2021, 2020, 2019, on going backwards, Sabelo must register at the district office. And when he registers at the district office, they will tell him where they will give him an option of exam center. What they do is that if you're from Soweto, they will give you 10 or 15 schools in and around Soweto. And if you are from there, you will generally know the school that is close to you. And that will be your exam center. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malapile. The next question is for the Department of Higher Education, and Lebo is asking, does DHED provide bursaries for undergraduate students in South Africa?
Can I come in there and maybe someone else will add? Yes, so our main program in the country is the NSFAS, that is for undergraduate. That's the main program. But in addition to that, as I presented, we do have opportunities for international scholarships, which is also undergraduate as well, and diplomas as well. And within that international scholarships, I did highlight the SADC scholarships. So you can also apply for the SADC scholarships, and you can choose which university you want to study within the SADC region. But within that, it also includes you to choose any university in South Africa, and and that SADC scholarship will also cover your full cost of study as well within any South African university. But I would say start with the NSFAS because that is our flagship program of the department for undergrad funding. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moyo. And just to add, the National Youth Development Agency is in partnership with the Department of Higher Education and Training. So across all our branches in South Africa, young people can access our offices and apply for NSFAS there, or to apply for university applications. The next question I think is directed to us, the NYDA, as the host of the session. It's written, is it possible to share the presentations to share with other students who don't have access to such platforms, especially those in the villages where we come from? I'm going to request Ms. Bulaisi Pierre to share her email address, and she will then share the presentations. So I_graduate, please just send her an email, and then she'll send the presentations to you. The next one, from Mabuza Till. I don't know if the question is out of topic, but can you guys explain to me about a school called Good Work Foundation and if it's legal? I think this is directed to the Department of Higher Education. Basically, he's asking if the school is legit or not.
Is Dr. Isak in the room? Okay. If she's not, then
No, I'm
okay.
here. Sorry, I forgot to unmute. So sorry. Sorry, what's the name of the college? School
The
called
name
Good
of the
Work
college,
Foundation.
yes.
Okay. Okay, look, Good Work Foundation, I can tell you now it's not registered as a private higher institution or a private college. So he will have to check with the QCTO and the SETAs. Now it's also possible that they could be trade centers, etc., etc. But drop me the email, and I will tell him who to contact to verify further. Now, what's useful generally is if they can give us the name of the program. So if they say to us it's a higher certificate in whatever, then we know it's an HE institute. It has to be an HE institution. So if you can give me that information, I can maybe just guide him further from here.
I'll
Dr.
get
Isak, there was another question earlier that the list on the department's website may have accredited or reviewed institutions. However, it doesn't have a complete list of programs offered by various institutions. So the question was, how can the public verify that a certain program is accredited, if I can use that word?
Okay.
Yeah.
There are basically two registers that the department manages or handles. There's the Register of Private Higher Education Institutions and the Register of Private Colleges that is updated on a monthly basis. That register will show you the list or the name of the institution, the programs, specific programs accredited to that institution, and the sites on which they can offer it. So perhaps I didn't mention it in my last presentation, but the program and the sites. So we don't use the word how do we verify if a course is accredited. If you want to know if a course is accredited, you go to Umalusi or you go to the CHE, but that's not going to assist for private higher and private colleges because the college has to be registered further with the department as a private higher institution or a private college. And for private college registration, it needs to have an examination center number as well. So the only time this question is useful is if you are looking at CETA accredited programs or QCTO accredited programs. Then you ask the question, how do we verify if a course is accredited? You then go to the CETA or the QCTO. The question you need to, so the starting point is, what program are you referring to? Is it a NATED program? Is it an NCV program? Is it a skills program? Is it a higher education program? Because all of these programs are qualifications which require them to be accredited with the relevant quality council and registered with the relevant regulator, which is the department. So it's a case of informing the public, educating them, and conscientizing them that this is what the context looks like, and these are the kinds of questions we need to ask.
Thank you very much for that information, Ms. Isak. I think we definitely need to be conscientized and know where to get the relevant information when we want to check if an institution has been accredited. That information becomes very important. Our last question in the chat room is from Junior Petunia, who asked, do all international scholarships require a bachelor for matric, and is it a must for degree courses only? There is no diploma, or is there no diploma scholarships? Dr. Moyo? Dr. Moyo? Dr. Moyo, can you hear me? Okay, I think we are having a network challenge. So, Junior Petunia, this question I will refer to Dr. Moyo via email. If you can just
My,
drop your
my
email address.
apologies. My apologies. My apologies. What was the question? My apologies.
Do all international scholarships require bachelor for matric? And is it a must for degree courses only, or are they diploma scholarships?
Okay, so the question is yes and no, because I remember it's scholarships across the world, and in China, in Hungary, in the UK, all universities have got different ways of grading, including Russia. They've got different ways of grading. So when we say minimum 60%, we're not necessarily excluding somebody who has gotten below that. You can submit your application, and we will assess it, because your award of the scholarship also depends whether you're accepted at a given university. Okay, so I cannot give an outright answer to that, but mainly most of the universities do require that minimum 60% average. You are welcome to submit an application. If you got slightly below that, it can be considered. But like I'm saying, it depends for the universities which are also uptaking you. So that's one. Two, no, the opportunities are for diplomas. Like Mauritius now, you can apply for diplomas. So I guess I'm actually answering your question there. You can also apply for diplomas, and you can also apply for degrees. Okay, I don't know if I'm answering the question. Thank you. I think you're muted because I can't hear anything.
Apologies for that, colleagues. Yes, I was muted. The last comment was from Petunia saying that can I get the open ones as I need to apply. So I'm telling her that she needs to check the website of the Department of Higher Education and Training for all the scholarship opportunities that will be posted throughout the day. We have come to the end. So there's one more comment that I'll take and then we will close. Utlutleng Kenneth is saying each and every year there are some new school for, I think it's FET, and lots of students fall for this trap and end up being scammed. So why can't the department do something about this, especially in the beginning of the year, like sending inspectors around these institutions? This is directed to D-Head.
Okay, fine. So EFT and lots for end up being scammed. So why? Okay, so I can speak for private higher education institutions where we don't, for private higher, we don't have inspectors that go out to colleges. And for private colleges is the same. So it is not as if we have a team of inspectors in the DHET that go out visiting and inspecting private colleges to establish whether they are duly accredited and registered. On the main, we act on complaints from students and inquiries. But having said that, there are many interventions that the department gets involved in order to raise awareness. So we have, for example, throughout the year, we have public awareness campaigns on bogus colleges. We do visit colleges where we are told or where we are told that they are operating illegally or when it is brought to our attention. So there is a process internally that we need to explore, that we need to adhere to, and then it goes to the legal process if the college is found to be guilty. Now, every matriculant that receives their matric results, there is a warning statement on the statement of matric results. There is a warning statement on bogus colleges and what students need to do to verify. And the DHET toll-free number is there. So no matriculant should feel that they are not aware, because the information is there and they need to communicate with us directly so that we can then verify for them. It's there on the statement of matric results and the DHET toll-free number. Then we work with schools, we work with other private colleges, we work very closely with the media, especially the local radio stations in all languages, because we find this to be the most effective way to communicate the message out to all parents and students. And the feedback and response generally is very good. So in the beginning of the year, so when we have our campaigns, we have it throughout the year, but during peak periods, like the end of the year, towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year, then we intensify the campaign as we are doing currently.
Thank you for that
And,
response, Ms.
Sorry, Margaret, one more thing. We are currently at the moment, now the country is very big, so we can't cover everything in 1 week or 1 month, so it happens throughout the year. But in the next few weeks, we are conducting this campaign together with the regulatory authorities from Rustenburg. So the municipality, the electricity department, all of the regulators in Rustenburg. We will then get together as a team and we will conduct a blitz and visit colleges, which is what we have been doing for many years now.
Thank you very much for that response, Ms. Isak. I think the important word here is awareness. For us to be aware of the right and wrong opportunities and scammers. We'll be preying on young people that just completed their matric and possibly register at unregistered or illegal colleges. I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Ms. Lerato Mamora, to give us the vote of thanks, and we'll then close the session. Thank you. Sorry, Lerato, we can't hear you.
Now? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Office Manager. My name is Lerato Momokwa, as introduced. I am here to do two things. One, tell you a bit about NYDA and then do the closing. So I would just also like to point out that the National Youth Development Agency is an institution or an agency created to come up with initiatives that assist young people in different forms and ways. So we do have our services and products where you can find on our website, www.nyda.gov.za, where you find that we've got the Solomon Mahlangu Kalushi Scholarship Fund. We have the Business Management Training Program. We have, and for entrepreneurs, basically, we have the voucher program where we assist startups from the amount of 10 grand going up to 250 if you're in the agriculture space. With equipment and non-monetary assistance and so forth and so on. And we also have a program called the National Youth Service, which which is an initiative created or aimed at engaging youth and also through community service and to also accelerate or assist with service delivery. We also use it to create the spirit of patriotism within the youth space. We represent young people between the ages of 15 and 35. And as I said, you can find our products on www.nyda.gov.za. You will register on our ER portal. And we have another program again. It's called Jobs, where if you're looking for seeking employment, you can register there and it will assist you in terms of locating or assisting you in terms of finding employment and also through the NYS, there are programs that help you with work preparedness programs. They assist you with writing your CVs, and yeah, so basically where development is, it's where we are at. You can also call us. Our customer service line, it's 0800 585858, or you can email us at info@nyda.gov.za. The Solomon Mahlangu Kalushu Mahlangu Scholarship Fund covers tuition, accommodation, meals, and also your studying tools. So we are about developing and transforming lives of young people, and we hope that you are going to use the opportunities that were presented here today. So I will start with my thank you to our very absolutely beautiful program director who did an exceptional job today by driving through the program. And I will also like to thank the Department of Basic Education for borrowing us, Dr. Malapile. Thank you so much. It has been great it has been great to have you here and share such important information with us. Mr. Makupela from the CATCH in the Department of Higher Education and Training, and the CATA representative, Mr. Kamukhelo Mashilwani, and Dr. Moyo from International Scholarships, and Miss Isak from the Department of Higher Education and Training for private institutions. Thank you so much. It has been lovely, and may we continue sharing the information we got here today. And do follow us on our Facebook page, and hope it was insightful and worth your time. And all the best. Congratulations to the Matric 2022, and all the best to this year's class. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Sorry. Roger, before you go, and I'm chipping in here. Look, I'm sorry to be so rude, but there are certain things that need to be said, and we need to say it. The challenges in the country among the youth are huge. I think we all know it. And I think for me, especially when we go on the campaigns, and maybe I should invite you when we go on the campaigns, we see firsthand what the challenges are. And unfortunately, no single human being can solve all the problems. And there are many, many learners who fall through the system. So we need to spend a lot of time with them and share our expertise, our knowledge, our networks, etc. So the work of the NYDA becomes very, very important. And it's the first time I've seen something like this with the NYDA. Maybe you've had it, but I'm seeing it for the first time here. And I want to congratulate you for the good work you are doing. And I want you also to keep it up, please. And you need to grow from strength to strength. All the politics and infighting and shenanigans, forget all of that. Focus on what's important. And there's a lot of talent. From where I'm sitting, I see a lot of talent. So you guys just need to put your head down, focus, and start to build. Keep building the organization. Okay, guys, Lerato, Margaret, all the best, and the rest of the team.
Thank you very much for those words. Thank you, colleagues. Have a lovely day.